Imagine standing on the edge of a battlefield. Before you lies a path to greatness, but it's surrounded by a minefield of distractions, fears, and a world that seems determined to hold you back. Are you ready for this journey? As Jordan Peterson warns, if you don't prepare for life, life will overwhelm you. Feel trapped? Like there's more inside you than the world sees? Then this video is your wake-up call. Robert Greene, master strategist, teaches us a crucial lesson. All great achievers in history understood one principle: greatness isn't inherited, it's built. Today we're laying your foundation. We're about to dive into 7 game-changing strategies from 2 of the most brilliant minds of our time, Dr. Jordan Peterson and Robert Greene. These aren't just tips. They're your blueprint for not just surviving but thriving in the game of life. But here's the kicker. The final strategy? It has the power to completely redefine your future. Sounds too good to be true? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover how to unlock potential you never knew you had. Ready to transform from who you are to who you're meant to be? Let's begin this journey to greatness. Your future self is waiting. Ever heard the saying, everyone has their own demons to face? Well, what if those demons were actually dragons? And what if the most fearsome dragon of all was living right inside you? Across cultures and throughout time, there's a recurring myth. The hero must face a dragon to claim the treasure and emerge transformed. It's in our fairy tales, our legends, our blockbuster movies. But here's the plot twist. That dragon isn't out there in some far-off cave. It's right here inside you. Now you might be thinking, come on, dragons aren't real. And you're right, at least not the fire-breathing kind. But the dragons we're talking about? They're very real. They're your fears, your doubts, your limiting beliefs. They're the voice in your head that says, you're not good enough, or you'll never make it. Jordan Peterson, in his book 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, drops this truth bomb. If you avoid suffering, your life will not have meaning. Let that sink in for a moment. It's not about seeking out pain, but about understanding that growth often comes hand in hand with discomfort. Think about it. Remember learning to ride a bike? Those scrapes and falls were part of the process. Or how about that first job interview? The butterflies in your stomach were your inner dragon roaring. But you faced it, didn't you? And you grew. Robert Greene, another modern-day sage, tells us in the 48 Laws of Power that fear is a natural reaction when we're getting close to the truth. Your inner dragon guards the treasure of your true potential. It's scared of what you might become if you claim that treasure. So how do we face this dragon? It's not about slaying it, sorry Game of Thrones fans. It's about acknowledging it, understanding it, and learning to dance with it. Here's your call to action, your first step on this hero's journey. 1. Grab a pen and paper. Old school, I know, but trust me on this. 2. List your 3 biggest fears. The ones that make your heart race, your palms sweat. The ones holding you back from greatness. 3. Now pick one. Just one. We're not trying to conquer Rome in a day here. 4. Create a practical plan to face it this week. Small steps, remember? Maybe it's fear of public speaking. Your plan could be to speak up in a meeting or record yourself talking for 1 minute. Perhaps it's fear of failure. Try something new where failure doesn't matter. Learn to juggle, try a new recipe. The point isn't to conquer the fear overnight. It's to start the dance, to look your dragon in the eye and say, I see you and I'm not running away. Remember, every hero's journey begins with a single step. This is yours. By facing your inner dragon, you're not just surviving, you're laying the foundation for thriving. As you embark on this challenge, keep Jordan Peterson's words in mind. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. Your dragon, your fears, they're part of that burden. But they're also the key to your growth, your meaning, your greatness. So, are you ready to meet your dragon? The treasure of your true potential awaits. And trust me, the view from the other side? It's worth every step of the journey. Picture this. You're a soldier in the heat of battle. Chaos surrounds you. The easy path? Blame your superiors for poor planning, curse your faulty equipment, or complain about the weather. But here's the million-dollar question. Will any of that change your situation? Welcome to the battlefield of life, where the real war isn't fought with weapons but with choices. And the most powerful weapon in your arsenal? Radical responsibility. Now you might be thinking, hold up. Responsibility doesn't sound very radical. But trust me, in a world where blame is the default setting, taking 100% responsibility for your life is nothing short of revolutionary. Jordan Peterson, in his groundbreaking book 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, drops this truth bomb. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Let that sink in. How often do we neglect ourselves, yet bend over backwards to help others? Imagine if you treated yourself with the same care and attention you give to your best friend, your child, or even your pet. What would change? Everything. Greene, master strategist and author of The 48 Laws of Power, puts it this way: the only real power is the power you have over yourself. In other words, stop trying to control the uncontrollable. Focus on the one thing you can always influence. You. But let's get real for a second. Taking radical responsibility isn't easy. It means no more excuses. No more, if only, or, I can't because. It means looking in the mirror and saying, this is on me. Think about it. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I'd be successful if my boss appreciated me more. I'd be in shape if I had more time to work out. I'd be happy if my partner understood me better. Now flip the script. How can I demonstrate my value at work more effectively? How can I prioritize my health and make time for exercise? How can I communicate my needs more clearly in my relationship? See the difference? It's not about ignoring external challenges. It's about focusing on what you can control. Here's your call to action, your step towards radical responsibility. 1. Choose one problem in your life. Big or small doesn't matter. 2. Now here's the kicker, stop blaming any external factor. I know it's tough, but stay with me. 3. Write down one action, just one, that you can take today to start addressing this problem. Maybe it's sending that email you've been putting off. Perhaps it's having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Or it could be as simple as cleaning your workspace to boost your productivity. Remember, it's not about solving everything overnight. It's about taking that first step, owning your situation and moving forward. As you embark on this journey of radical responsibility, keep Jordan Peterson's words in mind. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. Your challenges? They're not obstacles. They're opportunities for growth. So, are you ready to stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of your destiny? The choice as always is yours. And hey, if you're finding value in these strategies, don't keep it to yourself. Spread the wealth. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and let's build a community of people taking radical responsibility for their lives. Remember, the power to change your life isn't out there somewhere. It's right here within you, waiting to be unleashed. So, what's your first step going to be? Picture this. You're walking down a dark alley. Suddenly you hear footsteps behind you. Your heart races. But what if, instead of fear, you felt a surge of quiet confidence? What if you knew deep down that you could handle whatever comes your way? This, my friends, is the essence of true power. It's not about intimidation or aggression. It's about becoming so capable, so formidable, that you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. In ancient times, warriors would spend their entire lives honing their skills, becoming living weapons. But here's the plot twist. The true masters weren't just lethal fighters. They were the ones who knew how to control that power and use it wisely. Jordan Peterson, in his book Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life, drops this truth bomb. A formidable person is not a good person. It's someone who has the weapons to be bad, but has decided not to use them. Let that sink in for a moment. True strength isn't about being nice. It's about having the capacity for destruction but choosing creation instead. Now you might be thinking, hold up. I'm not trying to be a warrior. I just want to succeed in life. But here's the kicker. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. Think about it. In your career, do you want to be the person who's easily replaceable, or the one with skills so valuable that you're indispensable? In your relationships, do you want to be at the mercy of others' moods, or the rock that people lean on in tough times? Greene, master strategist and author of The 48 Laws of Power, puts it this way: whatever personality you project externally, never lose control over your inner self. In other words, develop your inner strength so that your outer world doesn't shake you. But let's get practical. How do you become this formidable person? Here are 2 actionable steps. 1. Choose one skill that can make you indispensable. Maybe it's public speaking, data analysis, or creative problem solving. Whatever it is, start developing it today. Remember, the goal is to become so good they can't ignore you. 2. Practice powerful body language. Stand straight, make eye contact, and control your voice. Your body doesn't just reflect your mind, it shapes it. Carry yourself like the formidable person you're becoming. Now here's where it gets interesting. As you develop this power, you'll face a new challenge controlling it. It's not about suppressing your strength. It's about channeling it wisely. Imagine you're in a heated argument. The old you might have lashed out or backed down. But the new, formidable you stay calm. You listen. You respond with measured words that cut through the noise. That's power under control. Or picture yourself in a high-stakes negotiation. Instead of being nervous, you're composed. You know your worth. You're not afraid to walk away if the deal isn't right. That quiet confidence is magnetic. Remember, the goal isn't to dominate others. It's to become so secure in yourself that external circumstances don't rattle you. It's about building an inner fortress that no outside force can breach. As you embark on this journey of becoming formidable, keep Jordan Peterson's words in mind. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. Your challenge? Become strong enough to carry that burden with grace. So, are you ready to step into your power? To become not just good but truly formidable? The choice as always is yours. And hey, if you're finding value in these strategies, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and let's build a community of formidable individuals who are changing the world one controlled action at a time. Remember, true power isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. So, what's your first step towards becoming formidable? Have you ever felt like you're playing a game but everyone else seems to know the rules except you? Welcome to the battlefield of life, where the most crucial battles aren't fought with fists or weapons, but with the mind. Here's a truth bomb for you. Greatness isn't just about what you do in the physical world. It's about mastering the intricate dance of mental power. If you don't understand the rules of this game, you'll always be a pawn on someone else's chessboard. But what if you could learn these rules? What if you could not only understand the game but play it better than anyone else? Jordan Peterson, in his groundbreaking book 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, drops this wisdom. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. This is the first key to mental mastery, understanding that your real competition is with yourself, not others. But let's take it a step further. Robert Greene, the master strategist behind the 48 Laws of Power, gives us this gem. When you enter a new environment, don't act immediately. First observe and learn how things work. This is the art of strategic patience, of understanding before acting. Now let's break this down into two powerful strategies that will revolutionize your mental game. Strategy 4. Learn the art of persuasion. Imagine walking into a room and instantly commanding attention, not through force but through the power of your words and presence. This isn't about manipulation. It's about genuine connection and influence. Action step. Start observing the great communicators around you. It could be a colleague who always nails presentations, or a friend who can diffuse tense situations with ease. What techniques do they use? How do they structure their arguments? How do they use their voice and body language? Here's a powerful technique to get you started. Mirroring. Subtly match the body language, tone, and speaking pace of the person you're talking to. This creates an instant subconscious rapport. But remember, subtlety is key. You're aiming for connection, not mimicry. Strategy 5. Cultivate an unbreakable character. Picture this. You're in a high-stakes situation. Tensions are running high. Everyone around you is losing their cool. But you're the eye of the storm, calm, collected, and in control. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about developing the emotional discipline to act with logic, not impulsivity. Action step. The next time you're in a tense situation, practice the 5-second rule. Before reacting, take a deep breath and count to 5. Use this moment to ask yourself, what would my best self do in this situation? This small pause can be the difference between a knee-jerk reaction and a strategic response. Remember, true mental power isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. It's about understanding the subtle currents of human interaction and navigating them with skill and integrity. As you embark on this journey of mental mastery, keep Jordan Peterson's words in mind. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. Your challenge? To bear the burden of self-mastery, to continually push your mental limits. So, are you ready to stop being a pawn and start being a player? Are you prepared to not just learn the rules of the game but to master them? The choice as always is yours. But remember, every moment you're not consciously playing the game, someone else is playing you. And hey, if you're finding value in these strategies, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to level up their mental game, and let's build a community of mental masters who are changing the world, one strategic move at a time. Remember, the most powerful person in any room is often the one who understands the unseen dynamics at play. So what's your first move towards mental mastery? Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a vast battlefield. But there's no sound of clashing swords or roaring cannons. The air is still, yet you can feel the intensity of the conflict. Where is this battle taking place? Right between your ears. Welcome to the most challenging battlefield of all, your mind. This is where the real war is fought, where dreams are born or die, where greatness is forged or forgotten. Jordan Peterson, in his groundbreaking book 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, drops this truth bomb. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. In other words, the first and most crucial battle you'll ever fight is with yourself. But here's the kicker. Most people never even show up to this battle. They're too busy fighting imaginary enemies, blaming circumstances, or waiting for the perfect moment. Meanwhile, the real war, the one that determines their destiny, rages on, unattended. Robert Greene, the master strategist behind the 33 Strategies of War, takes it a step further. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Imagine winning battles without lifting a finger. That's the power of a disciplined mind. So how do we win this silent war? Let's break it down into 2 powerful strategies that will revolutionize your mental game. Strategy 6. Become obsessed with continuous learning. Imagine if you could upgrade your mental software every single day. That's what continuous learning does. It's not about cramming facts. It's about constantly expanding your perspective and capabilities. Action step. Read 10 pages of a transformative book every day. But here's the real game changer. Don't just read. Summarize what you've learned and immediately apply it to your daily routine. For example, if you're reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, don't just nod along. Take his concept of habit stacking and apply it immediately. Want to start meditating? Stack it onto your existing morning coffee routine. Boom. You're not just reading, you're evolving. Strategy 7. Apply the method of small steps. Ever heard the saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's the essence of this strategy. Big goals are great, but they can be overwhelming. The key is to break them down into micro steps. Action step. Take your biggest, most audacious goal and break it down into the smallest possible actions. Then, and this is crucial, celebrate every tiny victory. Let's say your goal is to write a book. Your micro step might be to write just 50 words a day. Sounds small, right? But here's the magic. Those 50 words are achievable, and each time you hit that target, you're rewiring your brain for success. Remember, mental discipline isn't about dramatic, sweeping changes. It's about consistent, small actions that compound over time. It's about showing up to the battlefield of your mind every single day, ready to fight the good fight. As you embark on this journey of mental mastery, keep Jordan Peterson's words in mind. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. Your challenge? To bear the burden of daily discipline, to fight the silent war that most people ignore. So, are you ready to step onto the real battlefield? Are you prepared to wage war against mediocrity, against the part of you that wants to stay comfortable and small? The choice as always is yours. But remember, every moment you're not consciously fighting for your growth, you're unconsciously surrendering to stagnation. And hey, if you're finding value in these strategies, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to level up their mental game, and let's build an army of mental warriors who are changing the world, one small step at a time. Remember, the most powerful person in any room is often the one who's fought and won the silent battles in their mind. So, what's your first step in this mental war? Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out over a vast, unexplored landscape. That's where you are right now. You've reached the end of this journey, but it's really just the beginning of your transformation. Let's recap the 7 strategies that will lead you to personal greatness. 1. Find and face your inner dragon. 2. Live with radical responsibility. 3. Become dangerous, then control that power. 4. Master the 48 laws of mental power. 5. Learn the art of persuasion. 6. Cultivate an unbreakable character. 7. Win the silent war of the mind. Remember, as Jordan Peterson says, greatness is not achieved in one fell swoop. It's conquered challenge by challenge. So which challenge will you tackle first? Now it's your turn. Which of these strategies resonated most with your life? Drop a comment below. The choice is yours. Will you apply these strategies and build your greatness, or remain where you are? Will you become the hero of your own story? If this video brought value to you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Together, we can build a community of individuals striving for greatness. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. What will yours be? Hey, incredible growth seekers! Wow, what a journey! If this video resonated, subscribe now for more life-changing content. Join our community of self-improvers. Smash that like button to fuel more content on mindfulness, goal setting, and emotional intelligence. Share this video to create a ripple of positive change. Comment below about your growth journey. Your insights shape our content. Next week, boosting self-confidence and overcoming limiting beliefs. Don't miss it. Every interaction brings us closer to a world of empowered individuals. Let's make personal development global. Stay inspired, keep growing. Your best self awaits. Let's unlock it together.